It's not operating on the roads for commerce. Operating on the roads for commerce, as defined in Black's Law Dictionary, under the 4th edition, that talks about what's called a driver with operating a motor vehicle, a driver's license. That is defined as a commercial entity, and it's what mandates that you have a driver's license. Now, under Black's Law Dictionary 4th edition, it also talks about what's called a traveler driving an automobile, or not driving, but traveling in an automobile. Now, that's a non-commercial entity, therefore not requiring any kind of permission to drive.
Okay, I got the not for hire on there. So, you like driving it? I mean, has it gotten pretty comfortable?
No, of course not. It's a transfer truck. I mean, it's a tractor-trailer truck. So, no, it's not that comfortable, but it serves its purpose, and I put up with it. And it's not very efficient on mileage and fuel efficient either.
Especially with prices going up in the summertime.
Exactly.
So, tell me about the trailer then, how you use this portion of the truck.
All right. The first part of the trailer is an office, kitchen, dining, lounging area. And it's got a widescreen TV in it, and it's been strictly for that purpose, to lounge and relax. Sometimes I do my office work in there, and that's the first half of the trailer. It's got a shower built in, but it's not hooked up yet. I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. And so then the last half of it is more what I call the hardcore office area in terms of benches, music, computer on, and equipment, trailers. Now, so it's a place for me to fire and go down the road. I have that section in there.
So how many 365 days of the year, how many of those days are you living out of this trailer?
It's turned out to be quite a bit in the last 2 or 3 years because I'm going to different places promoting the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and Bill of Rights. And so I've been roaming Austin, San Antonio, Houston, those areas, Georgia, going from place to place. And so I've ended up staying in it quite often.
So you must have a set of steps to get up to that. You don't just...
Yes, I do have steps, but they're built inside. You have to pull them down once you open the door.
Okay. All right. So tell me what else I'm looking at. I guess this is storage right here.
Storage is all, and then these are water tanks for storing water and that type of thing as well. And it's self-contained. I also help with photovoltaics for providing energy. I use 6 panels to do that. It makes me self-sufficient. I don't have to be connected to anything.
So this really, it's not necessarily, I don't think you could go out and buy a trailer like this. You've kind of handcrafted what you got here.
That's correct. And I did work for a company called Combustion Engineering for 10 years right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, downtown. And they bought 2 tractor trailers similar to being custom configured, and they paid $100,000 a piece for them. Okay. Even though they look just like this, like a tractor trailer. And it's a work in progress.
Gotcha. Well, I guess, so when you saw it on TV, you know, the pictures that we had of it, you had police swarming everything, and it's got to be kind of almost a little comical to think it's kind of your home away from home.
I know.
Police all over.
I know. And see, the sad thing is that, of course, in the kind of effort I'm doing in the service to the people, which is basically the position I'm in, I'm a service to the people, to bring and to protect their inalienable rights. But in the work I'm doing, it's sad that the United States position is to, of course, when they had their initial fight on terrorism, it was more about Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran and those countries. And now what they've done, they've initiated an agenda to profile and to discriminate and to demonize what used to be called mainstream America. And so that is what's really initiated all this, and they're looking for people who fit that profile, who talk about the Constitution, who are Christians, and they've been told to do this by Eric Holder, Attorney General of the United States. They've also been mandated on Homeland Security to do this, which is Janet Napolitano. And both of them have got on national TV, and one of the statements that Eric Holder made was that when anybody who talks about the Constitution on a continuous basis, which I do, I am guilty of that, is not in the right mind. It should be put on the terrorist watch list. And Janet Napolitano came on national news and announced that that anybody who was a veteran and who was what they call on the right, and of course they initiate the right as being Christian and talking about the Constitution, and is considered a possibility of being a terrorist. So with that type of mindset, it's very easy to see how they could go there, to say the fact that I dress the way I do, I talk about the Constitution, I'm I have a Christian Identity Church that owns my equipment, which is perfectly common across the United States. There's hundreds of thousands of vehicles registered to churches, and there's also hundreds of thousands of vehicles that's registered to corporations. So I don't see what the big deal is about that, but it's understandable how their mindset could get there based on what they've been mandated to do, based on Eric Holder's statements and the government's position, as well as Janet Montano's position, which is head of Homeland Security.
Well, before we get into that a little bit more, talk to me about ARCs.
ARCs, let me just shut it down here. That way we won't make noise. Okay.
Why this lot in particular when you decided that you needed somebody to secure your truck?
The reason I picked this lot, it's big, it's open, easy to drive a trailer in, easy to drive a trailer out. And it was convenient at the time that I had to make a quick shot up to Montana.
And is it close to home for the most part?
Yes. Yeah. This is where I grew up. This is my family place here. And so I feel more comfortable emotionally here than I do any place in the United States. But I am traveling a lot. I do go to a lot of places.
So what goes into, I guess, securing a rig like this in a storage facility?
Well, when I was in Houston, we had a lot of problem with theft. We were having tractor-trailer rigs stolen right where I was staying. I mean, I woke up the next morning, it was a tractor-trailer rig missing right next to me, and they had stolen it and taken it to Mexico. So the idea of putting it in ARC storage was to protect it and keep it secure.
How ironic.
How ironic, exactly. To keep from it from being attacked.
And then you're accused of
and then
launching
I'm accused.
attack.
Exactly, yeah. They attacked my trailer. They didn't attack me, but what if I had been in it? That's what scares me. What if I had been in that trailer? So, it is ironic.
Do you want to get the sticks? We get tired.
Yeah, I was just going to...
You gotta go get the trash
That's a
off.
heavy camera. I can see whenever we get tired. How's it going so far?